All right, what's up, good people? It's your boys, the Beards of War, back again. Got myself, Thick Neck Fury, and my man FBR for President, Fat Broken Rambo. I'm gonna say, hey, Cap Jack behind the scenes, as well as Scorched Earth. All right, guys. So right now we're getting into it. Last of Us season two. We got two episodes to talk about today, and I gotta tell you, from episode one to episode two, I mean, they hit the gas full throttle. So if you guys have not watched episode one, episode two, spoilers ahead, but there's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover. So I'm gonna let Rambo kick it off.
All right, man. So episode one kind of kicks off with a quick short recap of the events of the finale of season one, and basically we cover Joel's rescue of Ellie from the fireflies, if I remember
Fireflies.
correctly.
Yep.
Yeah. So Joel smokes everybody to save Ellie, and then he buries that secret, right? So Ellie kind of confronts him after she comes out of it, and she makes him swear that he didn't do anything to them because I think he blamed it on a rival group of bandits or some a raiding party of
Raiders.
some
Yeah.
sorts. Yeah. So deep down inside, he's letting that fester, and obviously, like the trust has been shattered there because she suspects obviously that Joel had something to do with it. And then we time jump. No, I'm sorry. Then we go back to the Firefly headquarters, and you see Abby and her four remaining survivors of that group of Fireflies, kind of burying their dead, assessing their losses, and making a plan. And Abby's all about that revenge life, man. So basically makes them swear that they're going to go after Joel when they're better outfitted, and then they make a move towards Seattle, if I remember
Yep.
correctly, like the the home office.
Right.
Um, but yeah, and then we have the big reveal of a 5-year time jump. Makes sense. Season two took a while. It was about what, 2 years, I think, between the two seasons. So hey, man, it works. So that puts Ellie at around 19 years old, and that puts Joel at approximately 55-ish. So Joel is acting like a foreman construction head for like new construction of housing and maintenance around Jackson, Wyoming.
Jackson
Is
Hole.
it
There you go.
what is it? Is it Jacksonville or Jackson?
Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole, sorry.
Yep.
So yeah, Jackson Hole, and the city has grown substantially since season one, rightfully so. So more survivors are being introduced. So space is limited. So Joel's kind of feeling the pressure from the city council members and Tommy's wife to hit the gas on construction so that they can take on these other folks, these other survivors. And Joel kind of has a really good scene with that, and basically says like he should. You have to save your own team before you can save anybody else. And so he's kind of getting a little bit cold, I'd say, in his older age because him and Ellie are probably on the outs. So he's not a cheerful human being currently. But yeah, man, at the end of it, all of his pushback about keeping people back, the Tommy's wife looks at him and is like, hey, remember you were one of them once too. And then he just kind of like humbles him real quick. And I thought it was a really cool, smooth scene.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, there's a rift going on. Ellie's shooting, practicing marksmanship. She's practicing hand to hand. She feels like constant need to prove herself to everybody. Like, the hand to hand sequence. It was one of her opponent basically pulled a punch and didn't hit her as hard because it was a sizable weight class difference. And she didn't like that, man. She wants a full throttle kind of life. She definitely has the need to prove herself. Probably because of Joel, if I'm being real, and just having to grow up in that lifestyle. Yeah. So moving forward, it's a slow ride with this episode, man. Joel goes to counseling. Shout out.
Yeah.
You know,
We all need it, man.
yeah, it was man, I had the joke in my head earlier because I was gonna reference Home Alone. And I was like, Mrs. McAllister. There you go.
There
Mrs.
you go.
McAllister is fucking Jackson Hole's local therapist. And Joel's there. And it's pretty funny too. Like, I think it's the best scene of the episode because you get to see a really good emotional portrayal from Pedro Pascal as Joel. Like, phenomenal scene, man. But she shines, dude. Like, she shows her acting skills in full force. And when she's just like so they make the what is it? She's drinking. That's what it was. She's throwing him back, and he makes a reference. He's like, "Hey, that's not your first one of the day, is it?" And she's like, "No, I woke up sad, blah blah blah." And she's just got this attitude about her, and she's like, "We're just gonna stop." And he's like, "Aren't you supposed to validate my feelings?" And she's like, "Yeah, I mean, technically you're right, but I'm just not gonna do it." She's hit her fuck it moment, and yeah. So she promises herself that she's gonna say it out loud and just release it in the universe. And dude, she lays it out there because I had no idea this was one of the guys that Joel killed in rescuing Ellie is her husband. So one of the doctors, I'm assuming. Um, And yeah, so and then Nick's brought up a pretty interesting theory as we move forward. I'm sure he'll expound on that possible connection there. But
Yeah.
yeah, at, I actually thought so. Full disclosure, I have not played the games. I own the games, I just haven't played them yet. I know the wave tops of season or of the second game, and I'm not saying the series is going to align to it, but I'm pretty sure it has. Um, what I was getting at with that is like, shit, I lost my train of thought when I said that. So
Hey,
damn.
it happens, man. Like I said, there's a lot to unpack, man. And
Yeah, there really is.
like and Joel did, man. He went full like 84 Terminator on the Fireflies, right? Like he went and he was just
Yep.
laying everybody out. And one of the individuals that he killed was the doctor. And we're not sure of the name of the doctor, but we are, right? So as you were talking about with the therapist, she says her husband's name, I believe was Eugene. So that's the name that's sticking in my head for some reason. So I'm gonna say the name is Eugene, right? And
Right.
she
Because
lets
she
Joel
her
know
name
that
is
she's
Gail.
upset, right? She's upset with him because he killed, her husband. So as time goes on, so Abby, who was like I said, the leader of this little small contingent of Fireflies, is mad at Joel because he killed her father, which was the doctor that was going to do surgery on Ellie.
Ellie. Yep.
So, and I believe she said her father's name was Eugene. So that to me looks like the connection there might be between the therapist and now Abby, that might be her daughter. So we don't know yet. That hasn't come out. Like I said, I'll have to watch it again. It's like one of those things like, did I hear
Yeah.
that correctly? Or can I make that connection? Because Eugene's one of those names, like it's not like a John, right? So if there's a name similarity like that, it's usually the same person. It's not like, oh no, it's a different Eugene. That just doesn't make sense in this world.
Do you remember where Ellie and the Fireflies were at the end of season one? Like what city? Was it Seattle?
I think they were making their way to, I want to say Wyoming. I want
Well,
to
so
say they were
Wyoming
going
is
to
where
Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole is, but I thought they went
Right.
past it.
I
I
think they
don't
were
know.
going there. We're back to Tommy, and Tommy had set up in Wyoming at Jackson Hole because that's the whole
Correct,
town. That's where they're fortified.
but the Fireflies weren't there. Like the hospital sequence where Joel kills
No, the
everybody to get
the
her back.
firefighters were in Boston, I believe.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, they were on the East Coast. They were in
Hmm.
Boston.
Okay. I thought it was a cross country track, and I might be getting confused on some, like I said,
Could
some of
be. I mean,
the game
like
points.
vehicles are hard to come by, so
Right.
you get a vehicle and by any means necessary. But yeah, so
Damn. What's up, Jesus? What's Yeah, that's my boy right there. Uh,
okay.
okay, so Boston's where it started. But they when by the end of the season though, the question is it still in
Where are they
Boston or is
headed?
it I thought
They
it went
definitely
across
left
country to
Boston.
Seattle.
Like they're definitely getting
Right.
away from Boston.
Because
Right.
they go all the way across, I think like crossing in the Yellow Jackets territory, but Melanie Linsky cameoed in episode, I think it was like 5, and I'm pretty sure they're going through like Kansas City in that episode. So I thought they were
Right.
moving west that entire time.
Yeah, they're definitely moving west. And like I said, so they end up at Jackson Hole. Um, so yeah, they're definitely going west. Now, I don't think they're going as far as Seattle, but I mean, it could be. But I definitely know they end up in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the goal. The goal is to get back to where Tommy's is and get Ellie away from the Fireflies, which he annihilated pretty much all of them except for what the five that got left behind.
Yeah.
I don't know why Abby's in charge. Like I don't like they haven't given any indication why they would follow her, right? Like she's not intimidating physically. She doesn't even seem to have that demeanor of a leader, like a boss. It's almost like I have an axe to grind and you guys are gonna help me. Okay. And it's like,
Yeah.
they're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
kind of
what I'm
curious
saying?
to
Like, what's her
see how
power?
they're
Where's
going
her
to
power
develop
grab?
that. Like they've actually done, I think, a decent job. So like I'll tell you, straight off the bat, man, Ellie is driving me absolutely fucking nuts in the first episode of the season. But
Yeah.
I understand why. So like if I was
Teenage
going to
angst.
compliment her, her acting is phenomenal because like I want to choke the frustration out of her. I'm like not physically, but like parents understand, man.
Yeah. If you got
Um,
teenage daughters, you get it. So we get it, Joel. We get it.
Right, but like so her actions and like I would assess like her emotions and her attitude are kind of getting the better of her because she's taking like some really like gutsy risks. But I would say that honestly when I was 20, 19 and 20, I was doing dumb shit too. So
Right. She feels
that means
invulnerable.
right. So yeah, exactly. She feels fucking invincible, but the problem is
Hmm.
that she's putting other people's lives at risk, and that is the problem. And I think that
Right.
she fails to see that, and that's what makes her character kind of going through that a little frustrating for me.
Right.
But But I mean, the good thing that they show is her progression as far as like her training and everything else like that. So like as we move through the story, and I think she'll get stronger and stronger, especially after the culminating events of the episode two. You're going to see a whole new side of Ellie where now she's going to be laser focused on a true fucking mission that is fueled with rage. So I could see her doing a dynamic shift, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, yeah. So to kind of piggyback to that, winter is coming. That's all I can say, man. Winter is coming. There's a storm coming in, and so they're kind of seeing a little bit more of the quadricep mutants, I guess you want to call them, and they're basically like in the snow, right? So they're buried in the snow, and it's almost like a hibernation type situation. Abby and her group has found like this like resort type place somewhere, and it's near the town. Like you can literally see the town off in the distance. So you're like, okay, we're not far from them, but she still hasn't seen Joel yet. She knows kind of about him, but she doesn't really know who he is. So the interesting what thing was is they're out on like patrols, right? So you got Ellie out on the patrol, and
Mhm.
the snow, the weather hits, so they gotta bog down, whatever. And Abby's out there, and she gets caught in the storm, and she's the one that kind of sets off the avalanche of quadricep mutants, right? So they're all like chasing her. Who happens to rescue her? Joel. So
Yep.
she literally runs into the dude that she's searching for. Joel has no idea. She doesn't even really know that. Oh, wow. It's like this fell in my lap, right? He literally fell in my lap. So he rescues her, and she convinces him to come back to, hey, come back to a spot. Me and my friends held up. We had weapons, blah, blah, blah. She gives him the whole song and dance. Him and Dina decide to go along with her. Lo and behold, they fall right into it, man. And Abby kind of explains the situation. She's like, listen, you killed my father without so much as a thought. But when you go back to season one, the last episode, the doctor literally said, I can't let you take her, pulls a tool off of the table to kind of go after Joel, and Joel took him down because he took everyone down, like I said, 1984 Terminator style. So he got the business. Okay, cool. The nurses said, oh, you want to unhook her? Got it. And they just unhooked her, and that was it. So the doctor kind of asked for it, and then he got it. But Abby, of course, not knowing that she's the daughter, she's upset. So that's why she takes this out on Joel.
Yeah.
Um, she kneecaps him. Like I said, if you played the game, you probably already know what's going to happen here. It was a shock to a lot of people to watch this happen so early in the season. See, I'm talking about episode two, and she takes a golf club and she hikes Joel in the freaking neck, man. That's it. Right in front of Ellie. And I'm like, everyone's like, what? Whoa, what just happened? Like, she beat the dude down with a golf club, and then she killed him. She murdered him right in front of Ellie, and doesn't kill Ellie for some reason. So there's going to be retribution. But meanwhile, that's just part of the story. The big part of the story was going on back at the ranch. Okay, so the town is basically this horde, like I said, a quadricep mutants are coming toward the town, and they have it set up. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, man. Like John Wall and the Night's Watch, they're on the wall, man. They got like the barrels coming down where they drop them into quad and they blow them up and stuff like that. So they have a pretty good setup. I
Mhm.
think they just started a little bit late. I'm like, no, dude, don't let them hit the wall first. You do that before they get to the wall. So of course they're like, slowly breaking through. They're breaking in, and it's just them basically just trying to defend the town. And I mean, they're coming on the inside. They have vehicles set up. They have everyone fighting. Everyone's got guns, and you almost at one point you thought Tommy was going to be the one that gets it because Tommy's being like cornered by one of these big mutant quadricep, dudes, and he ends up killing it. And then you think, oh, maybe his wife is going to get it, but no, it was Joel. Um, and as it turns out, like
Spoiler alert.
the town is right. The town is decimated, man. Like the town is like, I mean, everybody has fought. I mean, there are lots of dead bodies in the town, to include the mutants and the townspeople. They even released the dogs, man. This is like literally like a Game of Thrones episode, man. The dire wolves, like they had the dogs come out, and the dogs were attacking the mutants, and it was just an epic scene. It was like, wow, they really want hard throttle on episode two.
Hmm.
It's a complete contrast to episode one. So if you saw episode one and you thought it was a little slow, I get it. Episode two makes up for it. And honestly, I'm thinking episode three, four, five, six, and seven are probably gonna be a letdown because episode two is that freaking like epic. Like everything happened. You got, Joel is killed, the town is decimated. So now it's kind of like we need to see Ellie get her comeuppance against Abby. So Abby is the new, antagonist, is what it looks like. So the focus is going to be there. Ellie knows who she is. She watched her kill her in front, watched her kill Joel in front of her. Dina was out for the whole thing. They drugged her, so she didn't see what happens, but I'm sure she was quickly brought up to speed. So they're basically you have them dragging Joel's body back to the town after he's killed behind the horses, wrapped up, and they don't even know what happened in the town yet. So when they get to the town, and they're gonna see like the town's been like completely decimated. So that's gonna lead us to where we go in season three. And I think with Ellie being as headstrong as she already has been, she's going to be that much more difficult to control because now Joel's not there to rein her in. So Ellie's going
Yeah.
to be like rogue. She's going to go
Yeah,
completely
it's
rogue.
almost like her and Abby are flipping positions, right? Because like, so I would say this is that Abby's been training for like the last 5 years. I mean, it clearly shows they've got the discipline to be staying out in the woods like that in that kind of snow, like that. Your average person. I get it's life and death situation, man. But like, I feel like her and her whole little squad there have gone through some training. So whoever they linked up with and been hanging out with like the last 5 years has probably trained them pretty well and equipped them. Yeah, man. Jesus says it definitely feels more like like the road versus the Walking Dead. I can agree with you to a point on that, man. The road is like one of those. I've only seen that movie one time, and I don't think you need to go any further than that because it is a dark, dismal fucking story. But
Yeah.
I can appreciate that this show gives off a lot more of those vibes than the Walking Dead did. Um, that being said, I just see a fairly large amount of similarities between the two. I'm excited to see where the clickers go. Like I said, I only know wave tops of the second game's plot lines. I think they're going to break up the second game story across 2 seasons, though. So they have more than enough material. I think the difference between the first game and the second game was about second game was almost twice its size in length. So they got
Hmm.
plenty of material they can pull from. I would love to see some deviations, man. I didn't know if they were going to have the guts to kind of go through with killing off Pedro Pascal like that. But kudos to them. I mean, you kind of have to if you want to
Bold
move,
move.
you know, Ellie's story along. You need to remove it. I mean, unfortunately, at this point, Joel's a roadblock for her character development, I would say.
Right. Yeah. And she also didn't. You also add that element of her not getting closure. Right.
Yeah,
So her last interaction with Joel wasn't the greatest. So she's going to have that weighing on her. The fact that Abby left her alive, I don't even know like what. Like I get it for the story, but that was just dumb. Like you really think that's going to be the end of that? Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to kill Joel because he killed my dad, and this is going to be the
yeah.
end of it. I'm not even going to like disable you. Like I'm okay. You good? We're leaving now. Oh, really? Okay, cool. I don't know how you thought that was going to end. So
So I guess
there's
I saw it
definitely a
the
reckoning.
because her team basically said that they weren't there to kill anybody else. They promised they weren't going to harm anyone else. Joel being the target. So I guess if she didn't want to lose out her support network with the rest of her squad, I could see
Yeah,
her kind of like staying the course because Joel consumed her. So I mean, once that's done, but I
no
also
loose
understand your
ends, man.
perspective, the legitimacy of be like, hey man, like, but the other guy in the squad, he's got dark hair.
Yeah,
Um, I think he's a Hispanic gentleman. Um, he was the one that said like, "Hey, like once we capture them, like we can't let them go." So like he's thinking that mindset.
right,
So you got him and Abby for sure, but you still got the other two that you got to contend with, and so I guess I can kind of see the perspective or the thought
right.
process behind it. But was it smart? Fuck no, dumb as shit, man. You should have smoked him.
Yeah, but like I said, that doesn't that then the show ends, right?
And the
So
show's over.
I get it, but I would have probably went about it a different way. But yeah, so that's gonna lead to an interesting back and forth between Abby and Ellie,
Yep,
and like I said, just to watch Ellie's character is gonna have to grow exponentially.
absolutely.
And
Yep.
it's going to be a lot of reckless behavior because she's already doing that. We see that the clickers or the quadricep mutants are getting smarter. Their tactics are changing, so it seems like they're evolving to an
Did
extent.
had they played off the sorry guys, I wasn't able to finish episode 2, but did they pay off on the fungus coming through the pipes yet?
No, so they did discover that the fungus is coming through the pipes back at the
So
town.
they actually saw it though.
Yeah, oh yeah, so they
Okay.
know it's like, oh, what's going on here? So yeah, that actually did happen. Where they go with that, we don't know yet, but they have discovered the
That shit's
fungus in the
creepy as
pipes.
fuck, man. I gotta give it to him. Oh, that first episode when Joel's buddy there gets taken over, like that shit was haunting to watch, man.
Right? Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think she was trying to pull a grenade pin, if I remember right. She had already said like, "Hey, I'll sacrifice myself." And it's just like watching the plant take her over, the fungus take her over. I'm like, damn,
yeah.
that's
You got to
horrible.
watch that like season one again. Like it really, it
It's been a
takes
long
you
time,
back
man.
to how it all got started. And the first episode is like really gripping, you know.
Oh,
I'm like,
it
man,
is.
this
It's
this
excellent.
was yeah, that was just a great episode, and I got to watch that over. But yeah, it's always good to when you can watch it straight through, like kind of just sit down and watch it episode after episode without waiting a week and then kind of
Yeah.
forgetting certain little nuances like the name. Okay, like wait, the doctor and the therapist's husband have the same name, I think. So, but that's an important piece, right? So now you have a potential relationship between someone in town and the antagonist, which is
I'm
going to make that even more difficult for Ellie because yeah, I'm gonna have to kill your daughter because we got business. You know,
dude, and if
like
they don't figure out a way to cameo Macaulay Culkin in this show with and
as a
reunite
clicker or
him,
something, man.
reunite him with his on-screen mom from Home Alone, like
Kevin. No.
you're missing an opportunity, man. Yeah. If
Uh,
she doesn't yell Kevin just
dude,
once.
give me Michael Keaton. Give me a Beetlejuice. Yeah, I don't care, man. Give me something. I would love to see Michael Keaton in this. I'm serious. Like I'm it's popular it's a popular enough show to get some cameo support. I'm sure of it.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
sure if you call Michael Keaton right now, he'd come down and, do a clicker Beetlejuice almost like, wow, he's wearing a striped suit. It's almost to look like Beetlejuice. That kind of thing. We could do that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It could happen. Yeah.
We might be going off the rails here, folks.
A little bit.
Uh,
We tend to do that from time to time. It's us, man. It's Beards of War. That's what we do.
but yeah, so decently excited to see where it keeps going, man. It sucks. Rest in peace, Joel.
Yeah, man. Pedro Pascal, man. Shout out. Well done, man. You definitely grew a following with this show.
Absolutely.
Uh, you
It's
got
awesome
this.
to
You
see
got
him
Mandalorian. You
succeed.
got Fantastic Four, man. You just doing it out there, man. But it was sorry to see you go, man. Like episode 2. I know it's probably some flashbacks stuff like that, but yeah,
Uh, I can see them doing that.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they
yeah,
killed Carrie Ann Moss off in the first episode of The Acolyte, and that was the biggest star of the show. So, I mean, and then she just filled in with flashbacks. So it can be done. Yeah, it's a good point.
yeah. That's Obi-Wan. Okay, so
Obi-Wan.
I'm gonna end it with that Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay.
They killed him, and they're like, Obi-Wan came back as a.
Hey, side note, did you see the Predator Badlands trailer I sent you?
Yes, I did. And yes,
Tell me
I'm
that doesn't
ready.
look good. Hey, if you guys
Please
haven't
don't
seen it,
CGI this to death,
Predator
but yeah,
Badlands.
yeah, it looks pretty awesome, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm excited for it.
absolutely.
That we're definitely reviewing that. So if you guys
Yep,
are into Predator,
100%.
like it's coming. But we're like right now, like I said, we're on the Last of Us kick. So if you guys, I know you watch the show, definitely, tell us what you guys think. Tell us what your theories are. Tell us where you see the show going. We love to interact with you guys. And like I said, we do it because we love it, man. This is just something that gives us a positive thing to do. And we discuss, movies and shows and everything like that. And we love the feedback from people like us and people not like us. So there's nothing that we're gonna be, oh, that's dumb. Why would you even think like that? No, like everything makes sense. Everything makes sense in opinions. So with that being said, man, that's all I got.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with we're doing Havoc. Havoc on
Havoc,
Tuesday, Tom
Netflix.
Hardy on Netflix, and then we'll be back with the next episode of Last of Us on Thursday. So
Sweet.
come hang out with us, man. Throw your comments out there, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But thanks for coming out. Fat Broken
Cool.
Rambo out here.
Thick Nick Fury out. Till next time.